Hey guys, it's Renee and I'm here to share a project with you for Diamond Dyes. This is actually a June project that I am just late getting up. I wanted to get it up yesterday and I just couldn't. So I am getting it on here today to share. Before I show you the project, I want to remind everybody that if you're interested in buying any of the dyes, you can find them at diemonddyes.com. And if you use the coupon code Thanks Renee, it's all one word, I'll put it all down below for you. You can get 10% off and free shipping on all orders $35 or more, and that is US and international. Also, Diamond Dyes has a contest going on for new subscribers, and it ends July 7th, so just a few more days left to get in on that. If you know anyone that isn't familiar with Diamond Dyes or hasn't subscribed to their YouTube page or Facebook page, send them over and have them leave your name, and you could both win. And I knew what the prize was, but now I can't remember. But I will leave the link to the video for that giveaway down below, and you can check it out and send your friends. Also, there's always the Make It with Diamond Dyes monthly contest that you just send in a picture of your project that you made with Diamond Dyes, and you could win that way also. I think that one is a gift card, but I'm not 100% sure on that one either. But definitely check both those out, and if you have the dyes and use them anyway, why not send in a picture and get a chance to win something. So, on to my project. I created a mini album, and I used the Steampunk Gears mini album die set. And, well, this is my mini album. I also used the Steampunk Gears dies, and there's 6 dies with this set. I used the Mr. Fix-It tool set, and I used the Nesting Circles die set, and there are so many dies on this one. If you can't find the right size circle, I'm not sure what you're making, but there are just tons on here, and I used several for this project. So I used the gear, so obviously we have a gear theme going on, and I have to say, when I saw these ones, I'm like, oh geez, I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but then I found my paper, and I'm so happy with my project. I can't wait to show it to you. But I'm going to run through real quick everything else I used, just so I can get it out of the way. So, I used my distress inks. It's my favorite thing to do. I cut out the die cuts and just color them with the distress inks, and I just love the colors that I can get. So I used peacock feathers, festive berries, fired brick, aged mahogany, and mowed lawn, and spiced marmalade, salty ocean, broken china, pine needles, and picked raspberries. I also used paper from the DCWV, the cardstock stack metallic, and I used the silver, and I'm a little sad I used every piece of silver I had. I only have pieces left, so I'm thinking I need to try and find another one of these. I'm not sure if Joanne still carries it or not. I used a couple tags from this pack I got from Pick Your Plum, and I used this Celebrate It ribbon, the silver. Oops, and I just lost it. Okay, so I also created a couple embellishments for my mini album, and I did it using Shrinky Dink paper and children of the 80s or 90s. I'm not sure when. I was probably the late 80s, will know what shrinky dinks are, because I did them all the time. But all I did was die cut the shrinky dink paper with the little die set, and then I colored the back with just some regular Crayola colored pencils and put it in the oven and created these adorable little tiny gears in all different colors. And this is what I have left, so I used the brighter colors on my project. But how cool is that? The only problem with Shrinky Dinks is they don't always shrink uniformly, so like the larger ones are a little more lopsided than what the die actually cuts, because the die cuts it perfect. But it's a small price to pay for the cool little embellishments that you can make with them. So here is my mini album, and I just love it. I love the colors. It's so bright and fun. I kind of kept it sort of neutral. Obviously it will be more for a boy than a girl, but I didn't add any words or anything that says any kind of age-specific words, because I was actually thinking that if I decide to give it away, it could possibly be to my friend who just had a grandson, and then I thought I could add a banner across it that said something boy related, but that is future things. So, do I have this right side up? Nope, it's upside down. What I did was, all my papers, I had some, and then I found some more at Pat Catan's in the clearance section. So, let me see if they have names. This one does not. Let's see. Several of them are from Paper House. I don't know if anyone knows anything about that. The majority of them are from there, and the other two don't have names on them at all. But I found the papers and instantly got an idea for my mini album. And then whenever I was going through all of my papers that I already had, I found some other stuff that would work with it also. So the front cover is from paper that I bought at Pat Catan's, and I just die cut some really thin chipboard. I actually think it came from Packages, which if it has a nice chipboard in it, I save everything. So I die cut the shape first with the outside large gear ring, and then I just cut the paper, and I think I used my Scotch quick dry adhesive to glue the paper on. Then I went around. All of the edges are done in the Peacock Feathers Distress ink, and it changed on every paper because of the different colors. Like, it's more green on this one, and I actually really like how it turned out. That's why I used it on everything, because I really like that color anyway. But so did the cover, and then decided I knew I wanted to do the gear on the outside in silver. And my initial idea was just to lay it down flat and then put the gears over top of it. And then as I was messing around, I didn't really care for how that was looking. I decided to pop the silver gear up on some foam tape, and I just cut thin strips and put it under each one of these, and then each one of the teeth of the gear. So it's on there nice and sturdy. There's no real soft or weak places. And then didn't care for the gears on the outside, and I think one actually fell down in, and I thought it was really cute having the smaller gears and all the different colors underneath the large gear. So I just picked some gears that I liked and some colors I liked and randomly placed them underneath there. I think I glued those down with some zip dry glue. If not, it was the quick dry adhesive. Those are the two I used most on this. And then just added the silver gear to the center. And I really, really am happy with how that turned out. On here, this is the only place I used the Shrinky Dinks because I wanted the front to be special. So I just picked some of my favorites and added them into little clusters on the front. And I think they're really cute. I just hot glued them on there. I used these square teal colored brads to hook my pages together, and I just thought those went well with the peacock feathers and a lot of the colors on the paper. So that's the cover. Then the first page, and when you open it, it just spins open. So I'm pretty happy with how it's working so far. So the first page, I had this really cute robot paper that I think is my favorite paper out of the whole book. And it is right here. It just has a whole bunch of robots and spaceships and planets. So I definitely wanted it to be in the front. And this little guy was so cute that I just put him on straight. And actually I didn't, usually, you know, when you cut things sort of like this, you have to make sure you keep all the cuts the same, like the top is the top on everything. This one, I didn't pay attention to it at all. I cut the stuff out and I stuck it on, and it fit no matter how I did it, as long as I got it on straight before the glue dried. So I put him on, and I wanted to make sure he was standing up because I thought he was so cute, and I really liked the placement of him. Again, went around in the peacock feathers, and I just covered every page with the paper and then went back and decided what to do with it. So this one I used the circle die to cut out a circle from the green, and then knew I wanted you to see him, so I just cut it off and stuck a couple dies underneath it. And you can either put your picture there, which I would put a picture on there, or it can be for journaling, whoever wants. And I just went around the green mat in the peacock feathers, and it just changed the color completely. So I really like the variations in color that I have throughout the whole thing. So the book doesn't just spin like that, it'll open up in a line if you would open them all, which I'll have after I get through here. So the next one, I have this pretty sort of olivey green gear paper, and just covered that, and then wanted to tie in the silver, so I did the silver mat and then just stuck some random gears underneath it to, you know, tie the whole thing together. The next one has gear paper already, so I cut it so the gears would be on there, and added the circle mat, and I just cut that with the circle dies and distressed the edges and added some gears. The next page, this is another gear paper, and I'm losing it. I used the gear paper, and then I cut the from the same gear paper from a different corner, just the stripes and the few gears there with the circle die, and then I used, which one did I use? No, I used the large outer ring, like the page die, to just cut off an opening for it, and then I used some red line tape to tape the backside of the pocket down to hold the little tags. And these are the tags from Pick Your Plum. I used the green and orange because it went so well with the paper, and I just took the small gears and put them over the hole, and they have different ones on different sides, and then just paper punched the hole back out and added the ribbon to it. And the orange one has the blue and a peacock feather color on the back. So I really like how just taking the plain tags, adding the gear, just really made it go well with the whole album. And I just tucked the ribbons down because they were sticking out of the side when it's closed, and it really bothers me. Okay, so the next page is another page with the blue that has the silver all over, and I took the large die and cut a circle with the circle dies out of the silver and just backed it on there. And I think this one I actually ended up, I didn't think about it first, and the circle was a larger one, and I ended up cutting out every one of the little teeth. Got smarter when I started doing these ones and cut a smaller circle just to cover the back of the tags. So the tags are just out of other paper throughout the book. This is just adhered at the bottom to hold these in. So I did a silver tag and added just the gear at the top to pull it out, and then it just sticks down in. And then I did two smaller ones that can be journaling or dates or anything, and did the same silver behind them and just added them on as little pulls, and they just stick in. So that is the front of the book. Oops, I'm losing tags. So the back is finished also. Let me see the easiest way to share that. There we go. So, well, further back I had to really pay attention to how I put the papers on. The pattern papers obviously didn't matter. Just when I finished them, I added the circle mat, and then I just went over with some of the gears. And I really like how the colors pop on that white. So that was the first one on the back, and then the next page is very similar, just the different colored mat and different colored gears in a different spot. And that could be for pictures. And then the next one is when I had to start thinking about how my paper was going to look on the back, because I have some robots from the papers, and I just added the gears up here, and I kind of left this one as it would just stay like this, but of course anyone could add a picture to it if they wanted to. But I really liked how the robots filled the page. The next page we have another robot. Let me fold these ones in. And this little guy was holding a wrench, so I went ahead and I already had tools cut from the Mr. Fix-It die set, because I have been cutting tools. I don't know how many tools I cut from that die. So I already had them ready. So since he had a tool, I just took a circle die and basically cut it in half. I think it might be a little bigger than half. And added a gear and then a couple little tools there, since they go with his tool. So that one could be journaling or little tiny pictures if you wanted to. The next one is another one of the blue papers with the silver, so I added the silver mat and then just added a couple gears around it and underneath it to accent it. And then the back, I just basically did the same thing I did on the front to the back, only without the shrinky dinks. So then you can just set it down and not have to worry about them popping off or anything. So I am very happy with how this turned out. It's pretty much exactly what I had planned. I wasn't sure about, the finishes of it, and I definitely wanted to keep it on the thin side because of how I wanted to, I don't know if you call that binding or whatever, but didn't want it to be very chunky. So I love how it turned out. I think it's really, really cute, and it was a lot of fun and came together pretty quick. But I'm pretty happy with how it opens and closes. I was surprised. I thought the brads would be a little more sensitive, but it spins very well. And I just poked holes with my piercing tool down through the chipboard and the papers. So it has several layers there to hold it in, and I pushed it down with my, it's a We Are Memory Keepers, here it is. This little thing, I just used that end to smash my brads down as hard as I could so they would stay there and not open and close. So, there it is. Definitely let me know what you think down below. And if you have the die and have made a mini album out of this one, I'd love to see it. And that's it, guys. I'll have another video after this one, or it might, if it should be shorter, so I think I'll probably pop that one up first, because this one will take a while because it's gotten a little long. But another project from June that I want to share, and that's it. Don't forget, if you want to buy any of the dies, diemonddies.com. You can find them all, and the coupon code Thanks Renee gets you 10% off and free shipping on all your orders $35 or more. So if you've been holding out on buying the dies, head over and use the coupon code and get more dies because you save some money. And check out the giveaways. I'll put all the links down below for you. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for leaving comments. I don't always get to reply, but I read every comment, and I am so thankful when I get comments to read. It's so fun to hear what people think of the projects. So thanks so much, guys, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.